This is Rod Kusanen Spooman for Risk on February the 5th, 2019. All times on the chart are Central Standard Time. This morning, the long trade up to 27.37 was a gift, because if you had the composite market profiles that we have recommended, you would have known that there was a very high probability pivot at 27.37. And that was based upon the composite market profile of all trades dating back to the 8th of February of 2016. And it gave us that number. A very important number for today's trade. So as you notice that the market was going pretty much nowhere and finding a good level of support at 2700, it was a pretty easy call to expect that the market would rally all the way up to that level. And indeed, that is precisely what it did today, and it didn't manage to get much beyond that. So when we applied this morning our automated open source strategy, this is what happened. We got an automated short, which we took shortly after 9 o'clock, and that dropped us down to this low in here. We took some profits and then started going long, dumped some contracts that we didn't really want to carry beyond that, and then we rode the rest all the way up to the top right here and exited the long trade and took some shorts there, wrote it down to, you can see the arrow right in here. If we can get it to move. Okay, we took profits there and we were done for the day. That was a heck of a trade. And so yes, indeed, we do have an automated system. The automated system allows traders to program into the strategy any condition that they want to have monitored or combined with other conditions in order to generate an actual trade. And the programmable strategy is based upon a broadcast indicator, which I'll bring up for you here. We call the broadcast indicator the RSK BCAS 19. This is a doozy of an indicator. It is capable of simultaneously calculating 12 different juric studies: stochastics, the MACD, the CCX, VEL, RSXJ, which is the RSXJMA, the RSXD, which is the RSX double, and a variety of different moving averages that we set up with different conditions. We also have the DMX included, and we've added recently the Spearman's RCI, which is also called the RCC. It's very smooth. I just love how smooth it is, and comes in handy for not really getting faked out by a lot of volatility and inconsistencies in whatever indicator you might otherwise be monitoring. All of these studies can be modified, manipulated, set up to whatever you happen to desire, and these studies are then sent to plotting indicators, which helps us to verify that the indicators are in fact broadcasting the data that we want. I'll bring that up here for you in a second. This particular workspace is designed solely for the purpose of just verifying the data is being broadcast and sent. But most importantly, it goes to the strategy. And we've got a variety of different default strategies available to the traders with pre-programmed conditions already set within them. But the strategy is, in fact, open source. So everything that's in this strategy you can see. There's no black box to it whatsoever. It's all in here. And the strategy can set up the number of contracts that you want to trade, profit targets. You can split the profit targets between certain levels, whatever you want. Set up your stops. Automate the entire system if you want. It'll even trade for you if you're crazy enough to do that. But in any case, this is the code. We're going to just run through this very quickly. Here's the conditions that we set up for monitoring trends. And then later on in the code, we set up fields for 26 different conditions. You can add to that if you want. But we set up, for example, in our stochastic, certain overbought, oversold conditions. We set up the trends. We set up the overbought and oversold conditions for the CCX, as well as the trends, the RSJ, the AMA, the JMA. And then we combine those specific sub-conditions into one large condition, which has a corresponding long and short to it, so it can create its own strategy that will generate buy and sell signals when all of those conditions are simultaneously met. It's a beautiful system. It works extremely well. You do have to know something about programming, but nevertheless, if you've got even a basic understanding, you can write your own system, and it can generate trade signals that reflect the exact conditions that you told it to monitor. So if you want a demonstration of this, which we would be happy to show you, by all means give us a call. Set your clock for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. That's about the amount of time we will take with you to show you how we're doing this, what we're doing, and how it can help to improve your trading performance. So by all means, touch base with us. I'm Rod Kusanen, Spooman for Risk.